Teaching is kind of like fishing. When you're out there on the water trying to catch a fish, you go through your tackle box looking for the best bait, depending on what you're trying to catch, of course. You try the bright pink lure, and without any luck, you go on to the next. You try different types of bait until you find one that works. Teaching is the same way if you really think about it. You teach your material one way, and if your students struggle to learn it, you find a new way to relay the information. Patience is a tool needed for both fishing and teaching. My name is Stephanie Phillips, and this is my educational autobiography. I started my education in Southern California and then bounced between Michigan and California all the way until my freshman year of high school. My journey throughout school has not been an easy one. I went to many different schools between kindergarten and 9th grade. When I sat down and thought about it, I counted 12 different schools in 10 years. And after the 9th grade, I dropped out of school and did not return for 10 years. At the age of 26, after not having stepped foot in a classroom for over 11 years, I decided to pursue my education at Mid-Michigan Community College. That first day was nerve-wracking. Where do I sit? Do I have everything I need? Will my classmates and professor like me? What should and shouldn't I say to these people? I had a million questions running through my mind all at the same time, and I even thought about turning and walking right out of the classroom. But I didn't. I took a seat right in the front where I knew I'd be able to see the board and hear the professor. And soon after class began, I felt comfortable. I felt at home. I felt like I belonged right where I was. I was surrounded with people of all different ages and backgrounds. It felt nice to not be the odd man out. However, my first semester at CMU was hands down my worst learning experience in school. My very first day at CMU was tough. Even though I had arrived an entire hour early for class, I struggled to locate the classrooms and labs. Then, when I did locate them, I was surrounded with very young adults who all seemed to know each other. I was out of place, which made it very difficult to focus on the course material. On top of my discomfort, I felt overwhelmed with my full-time course load. I did not do well that term, and my GPA dropped from a 3.5 to a 2.9. This experience taught me how to slow down, breathe, and set realistic expectations for myself. I am the only one in control of my learning, and I would not let my discomforts affect me the same again. To be completely honest, a lot of my childhood memories are quite blurry, and I don't really recall too many good or bad experiences. However, I've had many very amazing experiences since I have started college. My best learning experience in school has been learning how to learn all over again. 10 years in between high school and college is quite a long time, and there were things I had to learn how to do over again. Simple things like using a planner to learning different memorization techniques. It was a series of trials and errors to figure out which learning methods worked best for me, and it truly has been an amazing experience that has taught me that reteaching yourself something isn't as hard as one might think. The most important qualities a teacher should possess, in my opinion, are kindness and passion. The best teacher I ever had was a physics instructor at MMCC. There was this one time. It was a Saturday night, and I remember it specifically. I was stuck on a problem, and I sent her a picture of where I was stuck through her text message on her phone number that she gave us the first day of class. She sent me back a picture on a napkin of exactly how the complicated physics problem should be worked out. I could see the bottom of a wine glass in the picture. She must have been out to dinner or something, and even though she wasn't on the clock and she was busy, she still took the time to help me when I needed it. Now, of course, not all teachers can be that amazing. The worst teacher I ever had was a history teacher for my 8th grade year. I dreaded going to her class because she was that teacher that made you feel stupid for asking questions. She was that teacher that didn't hesitate to say rude things to you or give you dirty looks. Honestly, I don't know how she ever had a job working with people. I remember one time in the front of the entire class, she asked me if it was my time of the month. I remember running out of the classroom and crying my eyes out. I walked out of school that day right in the middle of the day. She was horrible and made me want to completely drop out of school, right? Just like there have been good and bad teachers throughout my educational journey, there have been good and bad experiences that I have and will continue to learn from. One of the most important things I will take to my classroom is kindness, because throughout my educational experience, I have learned that just how beneficial simply being kind to your students can be. When I am a teacher, I will be empathetic. I will be there for my students whenever they need me, even if I am off the clock. I believe that being a kind-hearted person is the most important quality anybody can have in any profession. I will work diligently to make sure all of my students are receiving the best education. Give them. When I sit back and reflect on my educational journey, I often wish I could simply redo it. I wish I could undo the mistakes I made and do it the right way. I shouldn't have dropped out. I should have taken college classes during high school and gotten a head start on life. I should have been one of those high school kids that was dual enrolled in college, complete with a plan for my future. But I moved out at the age of 15 and have been on my own ever since. How could I possibly go to school and work to pay the rent? It would have just been too much. Although my educational journey is out of the norm, I believe I can and will be a fantastic educator. My life experiences, along with my values and caring demeanor, will help me be the teacher I know I can be. I will not let my rocky past deter me from my dreams. I have already overcome so many odds in life and will continue that path throughout my entire life. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my educational autobiography.